You know how you want to stay sharp, get the useful info, but without, well, getting totally buried in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Information overload is real.
So that's what we're doing today. We're diving into something really practical. It's an article from AARP called 10 Retirement Budget Cuts You Need.
Right. I saw that one. Bruce Horowitz, published back in March.
That's the one. And it basically points out expenses that, retirees might not really need anymore, maybe suggests cheaper ways to do things.
It's a useful angle. Not about deprivation, but about smart adjustments for where you are now.
Exactly. Think of it as finding hidden cash in your budget. So our mission today is to pull out the big recommendations, the ones that might make you go, huh, never thought of that.
And really unpack why they make sense for retirement. Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, something probably pretty relatable, clothes. Our closets.
Ah, yes. The wardrobe situation.
The idea here is, after years of working, you've probably got a ton of work-specific clothes. Suits, maybe. Specific shoes.
Exactly. Things you just don't wear much, or at all, once you're not heading to the office 5 days a week. The sheer volume can be surprising.
So the article suggests cutting back on buying new stuff in that category.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it specifically quotes Trey Bodge, a shopping expert. Her tip, maybe skip the fancy boutiques or department stores.
And go where instead?
Well, she recommends secondhand shops. Consignment, thrift stores, that kind of thing.
Okay, I can see that. You can find good quality stuff sometimes for way less.
For sure. High-quality pieces someone else maybe wore once or twice. It's budget-friendly and, better for the planet, too.
Good point. Did Bodge have any other thoughts on the clothing front? Something about using what you already have?
Yes. She calls it shopping your closet. Basically, rotating your clothes with the seasons.
Like digging out the winter stuff in the fall.
Exactly. Or pulling summer clothes forward in the spring. She apparently does this herself and finds things she totally forgot she owned.
Huh. I think we've all done that. Find a shirt and think, where did this come from?
Right. So it feels like getting new clothes, but without spending a dime.
Okay, that's a smart, simple tactic. So, budget cut 1. Reevaluate the wardrobe, maybe try secondhand, and shop your own closet first. Makes sense. What's number 2?
Number 2 hits close to home for a lot of people, especially grandparents. It's about pricey gifts.
Oh boy. Gifts for the grandkids.
That's the focus. The article acknowledges the joy in giving, of course, but suggests retirement might be a time to, let's say, reassess the scale.
It's tough, isn't it? You want to be generous, but the income stream isn't the same. And sometimes kids have such specific tastes anyway.
Precisely. And those tastes can get expensive. So Trey Bodge, again, weighs in here. Her suggestion is pretty practical.
Which is?
Consider gift cards, or maybe even just, a modest amount of cash, especially as the grandkids get a bit older.
Gives them the freedom to choose, I suppose. Less chance of buying something they won't actually use.
Exactly. It can actually be more valuable to them sometimes.
But gift cards can feel a little impersonal sometimes.
Well, the article addresses that too. It mentions websites, and the gift card granny was one. Perfectgift.com, giftcards.com.
Okay.
Places where you can customize the gift card, you can add photos, write a personal message. So it still feels thoughtful,
Ah, that's a nice touch. Keeps the personal connection. Okay, so rethink big gifts, maybe lean towards customized gift cards or cash.
Got it.
Moving on, number 3.
Collectibles. This one's interesting.
Like stamps or baseball cards or porcelain dolls.
Could be anything, really. Hobbies often lead to collections over time. The article sort of prompts you to think about whether you're still actively enjoying and building that collection, or if it's just there, taking up space.
Like, is the joy still in the collecting itself, or has it become more of a storage issue?
Kind of, yeah. Is expanding it still a priority in retirement? Is the time spent on it still fulfilling?
It's not saying get rid of things you love, necessarily.
No, not at all. More about being intentional. The article gives an example of Trey Bodge's father. He collects jazz books and records. And his plan is to eventually donate the whole collection to a local library, so it gets shared, appreciated by others.
That's a lovely idea. Passing on the passion. Okay, so budget cut 3. Take a mindful look at collections. Maybe downsize or find a new home for them if they're no longer a focus. What's next? Number 4.
Warehouse store memberships. Think Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's.
Ah, the land of giant mayonnaise jars and 50 packs of paper towels.
Exactly. Super useful when you've got a house full of growing kids, right? Buying in bulk saves money. Or seems to.
But the article questions if that still holds true for, say, empty nesters.
Precisely. Andrea Warich, a budgeting expert quoted in the piece, points this out. When the kids leave, your consumption usually goes down.
Right. You just don't need that industrial-sized pack of chicken breasts anymore.
And if you buy it anyway, what happens? Warich's point is that bulk perishables can end up spoiling before you use them.
So you're wasting food, and the membership fee isn't actually saving you money anymore. Could even be costing you.
That's the potential downside. So her advice is simple. Just reevaluate. Do your current shopping habits justify that annual fee? Or would you be better off just buying smaller amounts at the regular supermarket when you need them?
Makes sense. A good thing to recalculate based on your current household size. Okay, number 5. This one might sting a little for some of us. Books.
Yeah, the bookworms might feel this one. But it's not saying stop reading.
Okay, good. Phew. So what's the angle?
It's about how you get your books. The article features Bobby Rebell, a certified financial planner. Her big suggestion:
Let me guess.
the library.
You got it. Your local library. It's an amazing, often underused resource. Free books, magazines, newspapers.
It really is. And libraries support authors, too, by buying those books in the first place.
Absolutely. And it's not just physical books anymore, is it? Modern libraries offer so much more.
Like ebooks, audiobooks.
Exactly. Through services like Libby or Hoopla. You can borrow digitally right from your couch, on your phone or tablet. Huge selection, totally free with your library card. Okay, that's hard to argue with. Convenience and savings. So hit the library, physical or digital, before hitting buy. Got it. Number 6.
Peak season travel.
Don't remind me of summer flight prices when the kids were in school.
Right. The article points out that for years, many people's travel plans were dictated by school schedules. Summer holidays, spring break, Christmas.
Which are always the most expensive times to travel. Always.
Exactly. Peak season surcharges on everything, but in retirement.
You're not tied to the school calendar anymore.
Bingo. So Bobby Rebell's advice here is pretty straightforward. Travel off-peak.
Like in the fall. Or maybe late spring.
Perfect examples. September, October, kids are back in school, crowds are usually thinner, prices for flights and hotels tend to drop, and the weather can still be fantastic in many places.
It's all about using that new flexibility. Travel smarter, save money. Okay, what's number 7?
Multiple vehicles. Having 2 cars.
Which for a lot of working couples was just
Yep.
necessary, right? Commuting to different places, different schedules.
Totally. A practical reality for managing work and family logistics.
But in retirement.
Well, Andrea Warich points out that daily commute to an office often disappears for one or both people.
So you might not actually need 2 separate cars driving around every day.
Maybe not. And this opens up a big opportunity to downsize to just one household vehicle.
And the savings there aren't just like selling the spare car for cash, right?
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
Think about the ongoing costs. Insurance is usually cheaper for one car than 2.
Right. Maintenance, repairs.
Less of that. Gas, potentially. Registration fees for the second car are gone. It all adds up month after month, year after year.
It's a pretty significant potential saving if your lifestyle allows for it. Simplify and save. Okay, number 8 is family cell phone plans.
Yes. This is a really interesting one because it seems so common.
Good common.
Adult children staying on their parents' cell phone plan, like long after they've moved out and have jobs.
Huh. I guess I've heard of that. Is it really that widespread?
Apparently, yes. The article cites a survey from Whistleout, I think. It found over a third of millennials, and even like 1 in 7 Gen Xers, are still on their parents' plan.
Wow. That's a lot.
It is. And those family plans, especially the ones with unlimited data for 4 or 5 lines, they're not cheap.
No kidding. What kind of cost are we talking?
Well, NerdWallet estimated an average 4-person unlimited plan from a major carrier is around $200 a month, plus taxes and fees, of course.
Ouch. That's over $2,000 a year.
Right. So Worker's recommendation here is pretty direct. Maybe it's time to, reduce the number of lines, encourage the adult kids to get their own plans.
That sounds like it could be an awkward conversation.
It potentially could be, yeah. Which is why the article includes a tip from etiquette expert Lizzie Post.
What's your advice? Don't just cut them off.
Basically, yeah. Give them plenty of advance notice. Say, hey, starting in 3 months, you'll need to get your own plan. Gives them time to research options and budget for it.
Okay, that's fair. Communication is key. Right, number 9 on the list.
Garden centers and florists.
Ah, the allure of fresh flowers and pretty plants.
It's lovely stuff, no doubt. But the article points out that, buying from traditional florists or dedicated garden centers can get pretty pricey.
Yeah, those impulse buys near the checkout,
hmm
they add up quickly. A hanging basket here, a few perennials there.
So Trey Bodge suggests looking for more budget-friendly places to get your green fix.
Like where?
Places like Trader Joe's often have nice flowers and plants. Lidl, IKEA sometimes. Even hardware stores like Home Depot.
Okay, so look beyond the specialty shops. You can often find decent stuff for less. What about if you actually enjoy gardening, like digging in the dirt?
Well, the ultimate budget move there is to grow your own. Starting from seed, propagating plants, it's much cheaper and rewarding too.
Sure. Takes more effort, maybe.
A bit, yeah. But you can also save on supplies, like pots and soil, by checking discount stores. And here's a cool tip mentioned. Check with your local town or county. Sometimes they have programs offering free mulch, or even places where you can borrow gardening tools. Worth looking into.
Free mulch. Nice. Okay, good tips there. So that brings us to the final one, number 10.
Property maintenance services.
Like house cleaning, lawn mowing, pool service, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Services that maybe you hired when you were working full-time, juggling kids. Just had no time for that stuff. They were lifesavers then.
Absolutely. Worth the money to buy back some weekend time.
But Andrea Warvert's point is, again, retirement often means you have more time.
Right. More hours in the day, potentially.
So if your health and your energy levels are up for it, taking back some of those chores yourself is a direct way to save money.
Cleaning your own house, mowing your own lawn.
Yeah. And the article adds a little bonus thought. Things like gardening, yard work, even vigorous house cleaning. It's exercise.
Huh. So you save money on the service and maybe save money on a gym membership.
Could be a double win. Stay active, keep the house looking good, and keep more cash in your pocket.
Okay, wow. That's a pretty comprehensive list of 10 areas to look at.
It really covers a lot of ground, doesn't it?
Yeah, just to recap quickly, we talked about rethinking clothes, gifts, collectibles, those warehouse memberships, books, how and when you travel, maybe going down to one car, family phone plans where you buy plants, and doing your own home maintenance.
The common thread through all that seems to be just consciously reassessing, asking, does this expense still fit my life today?
Right. What made sense 5, 10, 20 years ago might not make sense now. It's about aligning spending with your current retirement reality.
Exactly. And hopefully listening to this gives you some food for thought about your own situation. Maybe one or two of these really jumped out at you.
Even just tackling one or two could free up a surprising amount of money over time.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Small changes can definitely add up.
So that leads us to our final thought for you to chew on today. We've gone through these 10 specific cuts from the AARP article. But what else?
Good question. Like what other long-term spending habits, things you've maybe done for years without thinking, might be worth a fresh look now that you're in retirement?
Yeah. And thinking beyond just saving money, although that's great, what other benefits might come from changing those habits?
Maybe rediscovering a skill, or finding satisfaction in doing something yourself, or just freeing up resources, time, or money for something entirely new.
It's all part of intentionally shaping this next chapter, isn't it? Lots to think about there.